Today we'll be working in my workbook called Preparing to Leave Mount Sinai, Census and Formation. That covers chapters 1 through 4 in the book of Numbers. In looking at the table of contents, we have completed all the first 7 chapters of this book. It starts out with the very first census that God has ordained, and it's counting the 12 tribes. And we have, in the count of the 12 tribes, this excludes Levi's, we have over 600,000 military men. And so that's a good count. We know if you add all other men plus women plus children, you're looking at about 2 million people that are on the march, well, situated at Mount Sinai, actually. Then we get into the arrangement of the tribal camps around the tabernacle and where they're situated. And all this order has to do with when they're eventually going to march. So there's a sense of order when they're marching. First, we get into the tribal camps, excluding Levi's, and then the Levite camps are now inside the circle outside of tabernacle, and they buffer between the tribal camps and the tabernacle. And we now find out how the Levites are counted and what service they're going to do, each of the clans of the Levites. And we also understand why the Levites are taken by God as the replacement of the firstborn. So they have a unique position. Then in chapter 7, we start learning about the responsibilities of each individual group of Levites. So we learned in chapter 7 about the priests, which is Moses. Well, Moses is included in this, although he's not a priest. Aaron and his 2 sons, Eleazar and Ithamar. And those are right now the only 3 priests that exist, because priests can only come down through Aaron. So until Eleazar and Ithamar have sons that are over 20 years of age, 25 years of age, they aren't priests. So we only have 3 priests. And then we have the Kohathites, which is the clan where Moses and Aaron actually comes from. So we studied about their responsibilities. The priests are the ones that are going to cover all the holy items when they're on the move, holy items, and then the Kohathites are going to carry all the holy items. Now we're going to get into the Gershonites and the Merarites, also tribes of Levi, and their responsibilities dealing with the tabernacle and the tent of meeting. So we get to chapter 8. Let's see. Responsibilities of the Gershonites and the Merarites.
The Lord said to Moses, take a census also of the Gershonites, of their families and clans. Count all the men from 30 to 50 years of age who come to serve in the work at the tent of meeting.
Saves me time. Okay, yeah. So what clan is being counted here?
Gershonite.
If the sons of Levi are shown below in order from oldest to youngest, is Gershon the oldest son, the youngest son, or the middle son?
The oldest.
Okay, reread pages 47, 48. How many Gershonite males 1 month old or older are there?
7,500.
And what side of the tabernacle do they camp on? North, south, east, west?
West.
Right. Aside from the leader, who is a famous descendant of Gershon?
Asaph.
Asaph, yeah, Asaph.
Asaph.
How is this census different this time than last? Who's being counted?
Counting Levites, men 30 to 50 years old.
Yeah, who can serve? You know, you might have incapacitated ones, but who can serve? Why are they being counted?
Because they're going to work on the tent of meeting.
Right, yeah.
Okay. This is the service of the Gershonite clans in their carrying and their other work. They're to carry the curtains of the tabernacle, that is the tent of meeting, its covering and its outer covering of durable leather, the curtains for the entrance to the tent of meeting, the curtains of the courtyard surrounding the tabernacle and altar, and the curtain for the entrance to the courtyard, the ropes and all the equipment used in the service of the tent. The Gershonites are to do all that needs to be done with these things.
So what curtains are the Gershonite carrying?
Curtain of the tabernacle, the second covering, third covering, durable leather, curtain of the entrance to the tent of meeting, curtain of courtyard, curtain for the entrance of the courtyard, ropes and equipment used for service.
Right. The tabernacle itself has 4 curtains. What are they?
Badger skin, ram skin, woven goat hair, cherrium, embroidered.
Right. Note that the badger skin is a durable leather. It's translated different in different Bibles. Reread page 48. Were they able to use oxen to carry the materials?
Yes. All their service, whether carrying or doing other work, is to be done under the direction of Aaron and his sons. You shall assign to them as their responsibility all they are to carry. This is the service of the Gershonite clans at the tent of meeting. Their duties are to be under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest.
First, it says that the Gershonites were under the direction of whom?
Aaron and his sons.
Therefore, the Gershonites were to carry the materials, but the priests were the directors. Therefore, the priests would be responsible if something went wrong. Because, and then basically, it's a matter of, people may be willing to help, but they may not have the ability or they may not be strong enough or any of these things. And so the responsibility of who was to do what fell on the Aaron and his sons because they end up being responsible if something happens wrong. Who was the final director of the Gershonites?
Ithamar.
Therefore, the Gershonites are under the general direction of Aaron and his sons, but specific instructions were given by Ithamar. Is Ithamar the first, second, third, or fourth son of Aaron?
Fourth.
He was a priest as he was a descendant of Aaron, but he would not have been able to be high priest as Eleazar, the eldest son living, got that privilege.
Okay, count the Merarites by their clans and families. Count all the men from 30 to 50 years of age who come to serve in the work at the tent of meeting.
What clan is being counted here?
Merarites.
If the sons of Levi are shown below in order from oldest to youngest, is Merari the oldest son, the youngest son, or the middle son?
Youngest.
So reread pages 51, 52. How many Merarite males 1 month old or older are there?
6,200.
What side of the tabernacle do they camp on? North, south, east, west?
North.
Aside from the leader, who are some famous descendants of Merari?
Asa, Hara, Johath, Obadiah.
Okay.
I can't say them. And
Okay, no problem. I couldn't tell you. Actually, I'd have to go back and look. How is the census different this time than last? Who is being counted?
All men 30 to 50.
Mm-hmm. And those that can serve too, because you might have some handicap there. Why are they being counted?
Because they're working at the tent of meeting.
Mm-hmm.
As part of all their service at the tent, they are to carry the frames of the tabernacle, its crossbars, posts, and bases, as well as the posts of the surrounding courtyard with their bases, tent pegs, ropes, all their equipment, and everything related to their use. Assigned to each man the specific things he is to carry. This is the service of the Merarites clans as they work at the tent of meeting under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest.
So what all were Maronites responsible for carrying?
Frames, which includes crossbars, posts, and bases. Post, courtyard, which includes bases, tent pegs, ropes, and everything related.
Were they to decide which items they were to carry, or were the priests to tell them what to do?
The priests tell them what to do.
Who was their direct supervisor?
Ithamar.
Therefore, Eleazar handled the Kohathites, and Ithamar handled the Gershonites and the Merarites, excuse me. Look at page 52. Were they able to use oxen for their transport?
Yes.
Okay, crossword. 2, is Ithamar the first, second, third, or fourth son of Aaron?
Fourth.
7, when Levite clan camped on the north, which Levite clan camped on the north side of the tabernacle?
Merarites.
8, the Gershonites camped on what side of the tabernacle?
West.
10, the Merarites carried the
Frame.
of the tabernacle, its crossbows, posts, and bases. 1 down, the son of Aaron, who directed both the Gershonites and the Merarites.
Ithamar.
3, both the Gershonites and the Merarites were able to use
Oxen.
to transport their goods. Is Gershon the oldest, middle, or youngest son of Levi?
Oldest.
The Gershonites were able to carry all the
Curtains.
The Merarites carried the
Posts.
of the surrounding courtyard. Is Merari the first, second, or third son of Levi?
Third.
Yeah. Come on.